Good morning. This is another lecture on questions, answers, and why. And for today, we will be focusing on the topic crop science. So we have here 5 questions about crop science. We will be answering these questions and I will be explaining to you the concepts or topics behind each of these questions para masagot natin ng tama yung mga question na lalabas sa exam. So let's start off with question number 1. Sabi niya dito, the dark reaction phase, otherwise known as the biochemical phase of photosynthesis, has been called such dark reaction phase because it, letter A, it does not take place during the day. Letter B, it does not require light. Letter C, it requires total darkness. And letter D, occurs inside the leaf. So bakit daw kaya yung dark reaction phase is called dark reaction phase? Ano yung reason behind it? So we can answer this question by knowing and understanding the concept of photosynthesis. So yun yung una nating aalamin. Ano ba kasi ang photosynthesis? Diba? Ano ba kasi ang photosynthesis? Simply put, photosynthesis is the conversion of sunlight, ATP, and other chemicals to sugar. So kapag ginamit ng halaman yung sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, ATP, nakakapag-produce siya ng sugar which is then gagamitin sa cellular respiration. Later on, pag-uusapan natin yan. So photosynthesis has two main process. Meron tayong light-dependent, so yung process ng photosynthesis na nangangailangan ng light, and meron tayong light-independent. So ito ay light-dependent, and meron tayong light-independent na stage ng photosynthesis. So ganito siya. So ang photosynthesis is basically a process that is done inside the leaves of the plant, primarily doon sa chloroplast ng halaman. Okay? Now, sa loob ng chloroplast is an organelle within the cell of the plant, may dalawang structure na involved dyan. We have their structure was we term as thylakoid. So, dyan nangyayari yung light-dependent stage of photosynthesis. And yung outside of the thylakoid, meron tayong structure called the stroma. And doon naman nangyayari yung light-independent na stage ng photosynthesis, which we also term as the Calvin cycle. Okay? Now, what happens during the first stage of photosynthesis? Sa first stage ng photosynthesis, what happens is that ginagamit ng thylakoid yung water and light to produce oxygen, ATP, and NADPH. So again, sa first stage ng ating photosynthesis, kailangan po ng liwanag. Now, ano naman ang nangyayari sa second stage ng photosynthesis or sa Calvin cycle natin? Itong ATP and NADPH at saka carbon dioxide, paghahaluin naman yan sa second stage, sa stroma ng halaman, to produce now sugars. So yun yung what happens naman sa second stage of photosynthesis. So I'm just simplifying this, okay? So there is a more complex explanation, but I just want you to understand yung simple explanation on how photosynthesis occurs sa dahon ng halaman. So given that explanation, we can now answer the question. Bakit dark reaction phase ang tawag sa dark reaction phase? Dahil ba nangyayari sa loob ng dahon? Mali. Mali ito, di ba? Well, sir, nangyayari naman talaga sa loob ng dahon ang photosynthesis. So, mali na yan. Does it require total darkness? No. Sa explanation natin kanina, ang requirement lang ng dark reaction phase is hindi kasi siya gumagamit ng araw para i-convert yung mga different molecules into sugar. It does not require light and does not require place during the day. Does not take place during the day. So, alin yung pinakatamang sagot dyan? A or B? So, pinakatamang sagot is letter B. Okay? The dark reaction phase of photosynthesis is called dark reaction phase because it does not require any light. Okay? So, yun yung reason behind. Again, ano ulit yung other term for dark reaction phase? We also term this as our Calvin cycle. Question number 2. The Krebs cycle takes place in the chloroplast, mitochondrion, vacuole, or peroxisome. Now again, hindi natin masasagot yan kapag hindi natin alam kung ano ang Krebs cycle. Well, Krebs cycle is basically a part of a larger process which we call as cellular respiration. Ito yung parang kapatid ni photosynthesis, which kanina nabanggit natin, photosynthesis is the conversion of ATP, light, and other molecules to sugar. Tama? So that's basically photosynthesis. Now, if we convert glucose into energy, ang tawag naman sa process na yan is cellular respiration. Now, the process of cellular respiration can be divided into 4 stages. Okay? So, the first one would be glycolysis. Yung glycolysis nangyayari yan sa cytoplasm ng cell. Okay? That's glycolysis, it happens in the cytoplasm of the cell. Wherein yung glucose natin, yung glucose that is produced during the photosynthesis is turned into pyruvate. And during the process of glycolysis, nagpo-produce tayo ng 2-net ATP and at the same time NADH na gagamitin sa 4th stage of cellular respiration. Now, itong pyruvate na to, papasok ngayon yan doon sa organelle ng cell sa loob ng mitochondria. Okay? Mitochondria, yung powerhouse ng cell, right? So the pyruvate will go on in the process of the second stage of cellular respiration called the preparatory reaction, kung saan yung pyruvate natin will be turned into acetyl-CoA, magpuproduce ng carbon dioxide at the same time NADH na gagamitin sa 4th stage of cellular respiration. Then comes now the 3rd stage. Ito na yung ating Krebs cycle. The Krebs cycle is also termed as the citric acid cycle, wherein yung acetyl-CoA natin will move to this stage, producing 2-net ATP again and carbon dioxide, and it will also produce NADH and FADH2 for the 4th stage of the cellular respiration, which is the electron transport chain. So dito sa 4th stage ng ating cellular respiration, doon tayo nakakapag-produce ng bulk of the ATP needed for 1 glucose. So dito ang net ATP na napoproduce natin sa 4th stage of the cellular respiration is around 32 to 34 ATP. Ano ba kasi ang ATP? Yan yung currency natin ng energy. Kasi ang currency of energy. Kasi ang glucose, hindi yan nagagamit ng halaman kung hindi na mako-convert into energy. So basically, sa buong process ng cellular respiration, nakakapag-produce tayo ng ilang ATP, ilang energy. So 2 plus 2 plus 32 to 34. Diba? 32 to 34. So that's 30 to 2, that's 4. So that's 36 to 38 ATP for every 1 glucose. So pag tatanungin kayo sa exam, Ilan ang ATP na napuproduce sa kada isang glucose? That would be around 36 to 38 ATP sa isang glucose. Now, the question now, saan nangyayari yung Krebs cycle? Anong organelle sa cell nangyayari yung Krebs cycle? Nabanggit ko kanina, nangyayari siya sa mitochondria. Tama. So the correct answer, the Krebs cycle takes place in letter B, mitochondrion. Chloroplast is wrong kasi chloroplast, dyan nangyayari yung anong process? Photosynthesis. Right? A vacuole. Ano yung pinaka-function ng vacuole? Well, that's a storage organelle, and at the same time, it maintains turgidity ng cell. Right? Peroxisome, this is an organelle that is somehow responsible to some metabolic processes and yung synthesis ata ng, what do we call this? Synthesis ng hydrogen peroxide. So that's peroxisome. Now let's move with the next question. Sabi niya dito, if Lakatan and Latundan bananas are to be commercially grown in Cavite and other areas that are often visited by typhoons, which of the practices below should be done to minimize damage to the plants? So we're now talking with a process to protect bananas from the effect of typhoons. So would that be pruning, tapping, propping, or toxie? Alin kaya dyan ang tamang term to protect these banana plants from the typhoons? So para masagot yan, let's see yung pictures of these processes. Now this one, very obvious, ano yan? Pruning. Right? Pruning is basically removing part of the plants. Isa sa mga pinaka-purpose niyan is para ma-divert yung nutrients and energy on the most important aspect or part of the plant, such as yung ating fruits. Okay? So that's pruning. Ito, ano tong process na to? Ano yung ginagawa ni farmer dyan? Ano ba tong kahoy na to? Ang kahoy na yan is a rubber tree. And ang ginagawa ni farmer, kinukuskus niya yung bark ng rubber tree para i-harvest yung resin. Right? So ang tawag mo sa prosesong yan, we term that as tapping. So, tapping naman yan. Yung pag-harvest ng resin doon sa trunk ng rubber tree. Now this one, what is this? Ano yan? Saging ba yan? Nope. Hindi po yan saging. Yan po ay abaka. So yung ginagawa ni farmer dyan is meron siyang kutsilyo, meron siyang specialized knife kung saan sineseparate niya yung mga several leaf sheets ng abaka para ma-harvest yung initial product that would be turned into fiber. So, ang tawag sa process na yan is toxieing. Now, we are left with this one. Right? So, ano napansin nyo dito? Kung mapapansin nyo dito sa picture, nilagyan nila ng poste yung mga puno ng saging. Bakit nila ginagawa yon? Kasi ang puno ng saging, malambot yan. And kapag binagyo yan, more than likely, babagsak yan and masisira yung ating pananim. So in areas kung saan, sa mga areas na nagtatanim ng saging, pero madalas na binibisita ng mga typhoon, isa ito sa mga practices na ginagawa natin to protect our harvest. And we term this as, tama, propping. So propping is the correct answer for this question. We now move to question number 4. What do you call the fusion of male and female gametes? Do you call that as pollination, mutation, selection, or fertilization? Now, before we can answer this question, mag-eliminate muna tayo. Ano sa tingin nyo yung pinaka hindi tama na sagot among the 4 choices? Right? Fusion of male and female gametes. What is that kaya, sir? Well, mutation. Mutation, ang alam natin dyan is nagkakaroon ng genetic mutation or changes doon sa DNA ng isang species or organism. So, hindi na tama yung sagot na to. Kasi mutation happens kapag merong anomaly doon sa, probably doon sa pag-meet ng male and female gametes or yung process ng pag-generate ng DNA. So, hindi na tama ang mutation. Selection, alam natin, ang process ng selection is basically yung pag-select ng mga breeds na may characteristic na kailangan ng farmer. So, that's selection. So, mostly, B and C is more related na yan sa genetics. Ang hinahanap natin ngayon is yung term daw that would describe the fusion of male and female gametes. So, we are now left with pollination and fertilization. Now, of course, alam natin, the correct answer here is fertilization. Okay? Kasi fertilization is basically the fusion of male and female gametes. But, alam ba natin yung process of what is happening? Okay? How is fertilization happening in plants? So, paano nagsisimula? Ano yung first step sa fertilization? The first step in fertilization is basically pollination. So, pollination, simply put, is yung pollen grain from the male part of the plant, which is the anther, ay napupunta doon sa female part of the plant, which is the stigma. So, yan, yung pollen dyan sa anther, napupunta sa stigma, ang tawag po dyan, pollination. So, hindi pa nagmi-meet dyan yung male and female gametes. Now, what happens is that yung pollen na yon, naglalabas siya ng 2 sperm cells that would travel inside the pollen tube of the female part of the plant. So, yan, 2 sperm cell pala. Oh, wow, 2 sperm cell yung magta-travel dyan up until such time that it penetrates the ovule through the micropyle. So, papasok na ngayon siya. Nasa ovule na ngayon yung sperm cell na galing sa pollen. Now, dahil 2 yan, meron din silang 2 pinipenetrate doon sa loob ng ovule. So, yung first sperm mo, ang una niyang ipipenetrate dyan, ay ang una niyang ang una niyang pipiliin, 1 sperm would fertilize the egg. So, yan yung magiging zygote. Yan yung magiging halaman, basically. And yung another sperm mo naman will fuse with 2 polar nuclei forming the endosperm. So, dalawa yung sperm cell na galing sa pollen. Tama? Pag nakapasok na yan sa ovule, makikipartner yan sa dalawa rin na cell doon sa loob ng ovule. So, yung una niyang papartneran is yung egg, which is, dito na yung process ng fertilization. Okay? Nandyan na yung fertilization. And yung isang sperm mo naman, it will fuse with 2 polar nuclear forming the endosperm. So, what happens next? Yung ovule na yan, magiging seed na. So, this is your embryo. Ito yung structure that comes from the sperm fertilizing the egg. Okay? And yung endosperm mo naman, yung endosperm mo is basically yung pagkain ng embryo kasi 'di ba ang seed ang seed para tumubo yan, dapat may initial siyang source of starch or glucose. Yun yung endosperm. So yung endosperm na yan comes from the fusion of one of the sperm cell plus the 2 polar nuclei. And this is now, and ito na ngayon, yung itsura ng ating seed that would now turn into a seedling kapag itinanim. So, klaro? Ito yung process ng fertilization sa halaman. So, if sa exam, tinanong kayo, ilan ang sperm na nagfo-fertilize na nagta-travel going to the ovule of the female part of the flower? Ilang sperm? 2. So the first sperm will fertilize the egg, so that's fertilization, and the other sperm will fuse with two polar nuclei forming the endosperm. Okay? So question number 4, the correct answer here is fertilization. Last question. The process of transferring the pollen from the anther to the stigma of another flower. So ano yung keyword natin dyan? Our keyword here is another. So we all know that the process of transferring a pollen from the anther to the stigma, anong tawag dyan? The process of transferring the pollen from the anther to the stigma, ang tawag dyan, ang tawag po dyan ay pollination. So, given that pollination yan, pwede na nating i-eradicate or i-eliminate yung other choices. Fertilization, hindi yan yung tama. Kasi fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes, right? Selection, na-discuss na natin to kanina, it has something to do with selecting breeds of the plants that would accommodate yung pangailangan ni farmer. So we are now left with two choices, self-pollination and cross-pollination. Now again, ang keyword natin, another. So alin kaya dyan, yung pollination, alin kaya dyan yung process of pollination from one flower to another flower? Do we call that self-pollination or cross-pollination? Yun na yung tanong. So, i-differentiate natin. Ano ba ang self-pollination in the first place? Ang self-pollination is basically, we only have one flower sa self-pollination. Okay? Itong flower na to, nagpo-produce siya ng sarili niyang pollen. And, napopollinate doon sa sarili niyang flower, basically. Doon sa mismong stigma ng flower na yon, we call that a self-pollination. However, kapag ang pollination comes from the male part of the flower going to another flower, female part of a flower, ang tawag mo naman na dyan is cross-pollination. So, klaro? Self-pollination, one flower, yung pollen na pupunta sa stigma. Cross-pollination, you have two or more flowers kung saan yung pollen ng one flower will move to the stigma of another flower. So the correct answer now here is, well, in the self-pollination ang tamang sagot dyan. Ang tamang sagot dyan is cross-pollination. So mali to. Yan. Minsan may mga slides na nagkakamali talaga, pero okay lang yan so long as alam natin kung ano ba yung tamang sagot. So the correct answer for this question is letter C.